Hey guys, and welcome to Local Stage Worldwide and this Wicked Smile special edition. Me and Mark Nicholson did an interview with the man himself, Mr. Steve Janevski. But we also gonna give you all their music videos along with some rare live clips. First out, here is Killer at Large. What a great song, and it just gets better from here. Here they are, Wicked Smile live with the song We Fall.
Welcome to Web Page 3. We are Wicked Smile.
Such an awesome fucking band, Wicked Smile. And I'm so happy that we finally got to meet the man himself, Mr. Steve Janevski. Following is a interview that me and Mr. Mark Nicholson did for Local Stage Worldwide. Enjoy. So, guys, welcome to Local Stage Worldwide. And today we got a great honor to have Mr. Steve from the extremely good metal band Wicked Smile.
Yes, we do. And he's all the way down from Australia, and here he is, the man himself.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for giving you time, man. This is awesome.
I mean, the first time I keep getting new releases all the time in the mail, you know. And when I saw Wicked Smile and I put that on, it brought me back to the 80s, and I said, God damn it.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
the way you guys do it, it's just fucking awesome, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we close your eyes when you're listening to you guys, and you don't even have to know the name of the band just to get into it, because it's just reminiscent of, you know, days gone by, man. And I need to thank you for that, because it's just a comfort zone for me.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
it's a big comfort zone.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
80s
Cheers.
metal always been my biggest, probably because I was in the band myself back then, you know?
Sure.
And that was how the whole local stage worldwide started, because like I said, I was in a band in the 80s. I moved here in 97. Once I moved, I realized I ain't gonna have time to be in a band again. And I still dreading, I still want to get back up on that stage so bad. And I thought to myself, what can I do instead? What I can do is to help all these new bands to get further on their stages, you know. So that's
Awesome.
where we started.
Yeah, I love it, and it's so noticeable how you guys have really you're promoting and helping the scene worldwide, and that's absolutely fantastic. And getting back to the band, we wear our influences on our sleeves. So we grew up with so many bands, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that some more. But we're very proud of the fact that the whole idea of the band was that it was a throwback to the 80s of the stuff that we liked as kids, and we just want to go with that style of music. And so far, so good. So it's been going great.
Y'all doing great, man. We enjoy every bit of it. You know.
Thank you.
So I know both you and Danny has been in big bands before. What kind of music were you playing back then?
Okay, so Danny, first of all, the lead vocalist, Danny Ciccardi, a heck of a singer, by the way.
Hell of a singer, yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other since we were about 15 years of age. So we've done the hard rock metal circuit right through. And Danny has played in a number of bands. One of his most successful has been a band called Pegasus, and which was more traditional metal. He then went on to play in a band called I Fear, which is a bit more progressive metal. And for myself, I originally back in the day started in more of a hard rock band called Cyclone Tracy, and after that I went on to form a band which was a bit more melodic rock sort of style, which is Square One, and then which later I worked with some of the guys again, and we worked in a band called and still playing in a band called the Radio Sun. And during that time, I played for about almost 20 years in a power metal band called Black Majesty. So I just left the band last year on very, very good terms. The guys are still some of my best friends in the world. So I'd been doing that for a long time, and that's been fantastic. And the other band members, Glenn Cav, who I went to high school with, small world, right? Has done quite a, been in a couple of bands, and notably one called Virtue in Melbourne, Australia. And Dave, the other guitar player, the other lead guitar player, Dave Graham, in Malice's wake is probably the biggest band that he's been in, and they're still going to this day. Although he's not in the band anymore. And Jason Tyra, the drummer, actually is originally from the UK in London. So he moved to Australia a good 20 plus years ago. So it's been fantastic. I very much, because I started the band, I very much picked and chose who I wanted to work with. Yeah. And once Danny Ciccardi agreed, then we could kind of work with the style of the band, because he's got such a big range, and just fantastic singer and frontman. So after Danny committed to the band, then I kind of decided to go with particular players because of what they've done in the past. Yeah, and then we auditioned some members. Yeah,
I was gonna say, you're looking for the sound from the 80s, and there's a lot of bands who play 80s music, but to find something that tight as you guys got it, is just amazing, you know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to match that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been when I formed the band, it was very much meant to be a throwback to that. And it for me, though, first and foremost, it's about the songs. I really believe that if we weren't playing hard rock and you were to play some of these songs, even on acoustic guitar, they're still good songs. So obviously we're going with the hard rock style, but that's first and foremost for me. After doing this for many, many years, we just really wanted to write a collection of good songs.
Yeah, and I think you got it right on.
I do too.
Cheers. Thank you.
Good job.
So we got an EP out. Is there plans for a full-length album?
Absolutely. Well, that EP actually originally was going to be, and it still is or was, whichever way you want to look at it. We were going to record a full-length album originally, and then we released the single We Fall back about a year and a bit ago, and people started contacting us that they wanted product in regards to a CD or like hard copy. And we hadn't written all the songs by that time. So I think we're at about 4 songs where it was suggested, let's release this sampler EP, Delerium. And the response has been magnificent from that. So yeah, it's been awesome. But right now we're at the stage where we're now ready to almost finish up the full-length album. So we're on our second last song at the moment, and then after that we'll finish up the last tune, which is a bit more of a ballad, hard rock, traditional sort of ballad, and then the whole album's done. So we're looking at releasing the debut full-length album approximately September at the worst, October. So definitely this year.
Nice.
So the full-length album, is that going to include the songs from the EP, or?
It shall. Well, most of them. I'm not sure if all of them, but definitely the majority of them, because that was always the plan. So, and they're good songs. And I don't mean this in a negative way, but I'm more of a fan of albums as opposed to EPs, and I'd hate for those songs to be just lost on a now deleted EP, because we made 2 pressings of them. So there was 500 and 500, and now for about 2 months it's been deleted, and we're still getting people contacting us, quite a few, saying we want the EP. And I said, well, now it's going to be the album.
Just have to wait. They drugged their feet this long, so they should have got it when they had a chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I guess that's, with people discovering the band, more recently with shows like yours and et cetera, with people just discovering the band, go, wow, I want this on CD, I want it on vinyl. So yeah, it really is encouraging for us, because there's demand for it, and we're definitely selling quite a bit of merch worldwide as well. So people are buying our t-shirts, people are buying, and that's just the ultimate thank you, as far as I'm concerned. When people from overseas, whether it be United States or United Kingdom, different parts of Europe, in Asia, if they want to buy your t-shirt, that's the ultimate compliment, and we're thankful.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I know I will have one soon.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Australia, how's the scene down there as far as live shows? It's completely shut still, or?
No, not at all. Last year we did it very tough. I think from about April, where we live in Melbourne, Victoria, that we did it very tough up until about November. So there's about 6 or 7 months where we're in harsh lockdown for a lot of it. But we've been lucky since about January. We've had pretty much 0 cases, sometimes one or two, or it might get up to 10, 15, and then we do a harsh lockdown for a couple of days. But for the last couple of months, it's actually we're on top of things, and we've been playing live shows. So far we've played 2 sold out shows, which went over really well in our hometown. we've got a couple of support shows coming in the next couple of months, and then we're doing some more headline shows, and one of them's already sold out for July already. So
I saw
it's
that. Yeah,
fantastic.
that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. So it's we're very thankful for where things are at right now. So that hard work we did last year, I think, has paid off.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We spoke earlier about influences. You know, give us a little information, a little history on your influences.
Okay, so collectively we're a little bit varied, but for myself, I grew up with bands like Kiss, Van Halen, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, more particularly the Dio era, and then there was the next sort of bunch of bands like Icon and Dokken, Accept. So Skid Row was a big one for me when I was in high school, and within the band, it goes anything from Sabotage. I know Danny Ciccardi's a huge Sabotage fan. Iron Maiden, obviously.
Yeah.
Bass players, loves Faith No More and Metallica. So drummer loves Rush. So the other guitar player, loves a lot of the lead guitar players such as Jay Kelly and Warren DeMartini, and so a lot of the hard rock, heavy metal influences, and one of my all-time favorite albums is Screaming for Vengeance by Judas Priest, and we love music first and foremost, and when I formed the band and when we started writing the songs, one person I actually haven't mentioned so far is a good friend of mine, Paul Lane, who is a solo artist. He's now in the band called The Defiance, and previously has done some work with Danger Danger. We co-wrote quite a lot of the songs together, and our friendship. Go on.
I'm sorry, didn't he produce your EP?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's producing the album, and the album's going to be mastered by Bruno Ravel. So I've got ties with the Danger Danger guys because I've known Paul for quite a while, and he actually originally worked on the produced the Radio Sun album. So we developed a friendship. I ended up playing in his band. So we've done a lot of shows together. He's toured Australia quite a bit. We've played all over the world together, United Kingdom, Sweden. So yeah, it's really, really cool when you get to meet sometimes your favorite artists, and they exceed your expectations in terms of they're good people, so it's really, really cool. And I mean, that's been the general case for me. Like, I'm a huge fan of George Lynch, and when I got to meet George Lynch, he was just a fantastic guy. So I hear of a lot of horror stories where some of your favorite artists or the rock stars that you have loved forever, and then they're not such nice people. Then that's I've been very, very lucky, and working with Paul, we've become really good friends as well as working colleagues, I guess.
Yeah,
and you got to have that. You almost have to have that to make things work.
Absolutely. And we've been doing this for quite a while. I mean, who wants to work with people that are not playing fair? You know what I mean? Or just not. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to be wasting time. So I only want to have, share my time with people who reciprocate and are good people. And that's what it's all about, and that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Well, with all that being said, I'd like to ask this question to people I interview. If you could bring anybody back or play side by side with somebody, who would that person be for you?
Even though it's so recent, Eddie Van Halen, for sure, because he changed the way people play guitar.
Yeah, he revolutionized it, man. It's just
absolutely, yeah. So he'll forever be the king as far as I'm concerned. I still remember, and when I heard Van Halen 1, just, and this was before I was even playing guitar, just that wow factor. And then in Australia, I think a few years on, we finally got to see a video. These days it's so different with YouTube, but in Australia we didn't get our hard rock or metal really on the TV that often. And I saw Unchained live, and just go, oh my gosh, this band is incredible. And Eddie Van Halen was just amazing. I mean, obviously there's a lot I could mention, but Eddie Van Halen for sure. Ronnie James Dio, I love his work in Rainbow and everything he's done, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell albums, Mob Rules, etc., etc. And as a solo artist, Randy Rhoads was another one.
Boy, going too
absolutely.
soon, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tragic
So,
ending. Yeah.
There's so many, but if I had to choose one, I'd definitely say Eddie Van Halen.
You know, Eddie Van Halen, I saw somebody posted on some group that I was looking at, asked a question: who do you think is a better guitar player, or was a better guitar player, Eddie Van Halen or Stevie Ray Vaughan? You know, and that was a tough question because they both have just absolute different styles.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know?
And it's very hard to compare. That's chalk and cheese in so many ways, but
Right.
you know, they were both brilliant in many ways. And I've always been like this. If I don't know the style as well, like, you know, with you know, the blues, or even if it's anything from really heavy, you know, death metal, I appreciate everything, man. So yeah, it's very, very hard to compare things like that. But in terms of how they affected me, Eddie Van Halen, 100%.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of good guitar players, but like I said, there's not too many who get on that level.
Yeah. And to me, he just came across as, you know, it's just that happy smile, and just, it was effortless. And definitely.
You could see the joy and the energy, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I'm
he
so,
enjoyed.
and I'm so glad recently, just because my daughter Cassidy has been playing a lot of the Mammoth music with Wolfie Van Halen, and I'm so glad that it's different, yet it's so good. You know, it just makes you smile, and I love that. I love that. I really do. It's he's being his own person, and again, it gets back to good songs, great musicianship, and
They had a great teacher, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the best teacher in the world.
Yeah,
definitely.
You know, and it's the next generation. They're not going to continue to, you know, to copy. And
Absolutely.
they're going to do it, like you said, they're going to do their thing, man.
yeah.
Put their own.
And look,
spin
we're
on
all
it.
thankful for it. You know, any true music fan would be thankful for, you know, for these guys and their effort of what they're doing. So
You got it, man. You got it.
Yeah. So once the full-length album is out, what's your plans? Are you heading on the road, or?
Definitely around Australia. We'll continue to go with that. And we've already had offers for overseas, but it just really depends on where things are at with COVID. There's a few things happening next year, which are yet to be announced. So there's a lot of positive stuff happening, and that's really exciting because the plan is to. We're the type of band that will play all over the world if we can.
Right.
So there's very much an investment, and that's how much we believe in it.
Yeah.
So when we formed the band, that was like one of the questions that I asked everybody. I said, look, if we're going to do this, we've got to support it by wanting to play. And there's a lot of sacrifices, like you know, you're going away from home, you're sometimes touring with a small budget. But you know, number one, we do it for the love, but also there's a lot of belief in, hopefully, for this to be successful. And so far, so good. Even though it's on a small scale, we've had a lot of record deal offers, and I was chatting with some of the guys yesterday. So far, out of all the offers that we've had, it's not worth it for us to sign these record deals because we can do it better ourselves. Because
That's a shame.
we sold, we sold out of our EP totally independently. Like there's a lot of people, like, in part of our fan forums, the Wicked Smile fan forums, who have got are showing a lot of support and stuff. But yeah, for us, we've been there, done that with a lot of these independent record company deals. So unless it's a major label, really getting behind the band, it's better for us to become to stay independent. And which is, I never would have thought that would have been the case. Say 20 years ago, I would have thought, no way did I think, I'd be confident in wanting to be an independent artist. But right now, I think it's leaning that way.
Well, that's what I was just sitting there thinking. Isn't that the goal, though, of every band that starts? You form a band not only for the love of the music, but also and one day landing that lucrative contract with a big label. And it's funny to hear you say that. But you put it all in perspective.
Absolutely,
you put it in perspective for me.
Definitely, yeah. Because as a kid, you want to be signed like Dokken or whatever it be. You want to get on Sony or the big labels. That was the dream. But like once you're looking at record contracts in front of you, you'd be surprised how, I guess, definitely as a direct result of how music has changed. I know that their hands are tied in many ways as well because of the music industry of where it's at. But for them to put out our CD and in some of these deals, owning the album forever, or making majority of the money off the album, it's not worth it for us. So for us, we'll tour everywhere when we can, obviously, and the album's going to come out on vinyl. It's going to be out on CD, and it'll still be available on digital and stuff. But yeah, the love for Wicked Smile, even though we've been around for about a year and a bit, has been fantastic. So we're very, very confident that we're going to be able to do this. And many bands, you'd be surprised, many bands are actually taking that route. Like I know about 10 years ago, I was chatting to some of the members in the band Nightwish and their camp, and they were saying that that's the future, and they were right. For us, it definitely is the case. I know that they're still on a label right now, but if they weren't, they could still do it. Trust me.
Well, you look back, the history of that, and how many bands were taken advantage of to the point of going broke. And their hands were tied because you signed on the dotted line without really understanding the nature of the contract. So I could see why these bands figure, why should you get rich off of my fruit and my labor and I get nothing, so
definitely. And some bands don't even own their own name, like they can't continue to perform. I think back in the day with White Lion, they were not allowed to continue as White Lion. I think Vito Bratta was noted as saying. So I mean, that's just crazy. Obviously it's there's a lot of pros and cons, and some of the deals that we've been offered, and we've been offered a few, the band would become way more popular, but would we benefit from it? Would I be able to own my own songs? No. In many of the deals.
No.
And you got to look out for yourself to, like I said, see what's best for the band,
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, if you can do it on your own, good for you,
Yeah, cut out the middleman.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's exactly it.
Yeah. Take it home for yourself.
Definitely. Well, we've been there, done that with previous labels that we've worked with, particularly Danny and myself, where you kind of sit back and you think, well, okay, I've been doing this now for a good decade or two in some cases, and really, how much have we gained from this? So there's pros and cons, but no, it's looking that way that we're going to remain independent, and we're happy about it. As I said years ago, you wouldn't have caught me say something like that. We were always wanting that record contract, whereas we've got the record contracts right now. and
Yeah.
they're just not good enough. You know,
I hear you.
yeah,
But I think a lot of that gonna change once you hit the road too, don't you think?
absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
you know, there's a lot of labels who got scouts out there and looking at live bands. You know, they want to see you
Yeah,
perform.
definitely. But even in terms of the fans buying stuff, I mean, like with other bands that I've toured with, just the amount of people buying CDs or
Yeah.
vinyl or T-shirts, it's great. You know,
I
it's
mean,
just we will become our own record label. We understand that you have to spend money to
to make money.
advertise and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Exactly, we get that. So we become our own record label. It's not like we're just going to be independent and put it out there. We
Yeah.
will definitely play the
Yeah.
game for sure.
And a good example is looking back to '73 when Kiss first started. That idiot who wrote in the magazine that this was a band that was going to be gone in a few weeks.
I know.
Did he had to eat it up?
Absolutely, absolutely. But I mean, you look at all those big bands now as well. They have become independent themselves. I know Motley Crue with Motley Records and Kiss. They want to own their own.
Exactly.
Music.
They want to have
And I get
control
it.
over their own shit. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
back in the day when in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, there was a huge gain to be with a record company if it was done well. But these days, I'm not so sure. Yeah, so I question. I question it. Unless you're the lucky one. Yeah, unless you're the lucky one. That's for sure.
So, being I'm originally from Sweden, I don't know if you can tell by the accent.
Yeah, that's not a South Louisiana accent. I can guarantee you that.
Is there any thoughts about the Wicked Smile entering the stage of Sweden Rock Festival?
I'd absolutely love to. I was fortunate enough to be asked to play and a couple of acoustic sets at Sweden Rock in 2018 or no 2019 maybe, when Iron Maiden, Ozzy, and Judas Priest were the headliners, and wow, what an experience! Like it's to me, it's the best festival in the world because it's capped. I mean, I think it was just under 40,000, and it was so comfortable. I could. I remember we literally just finished the show, and I had to say to the singer Jace, "I must leave now because I'd already met people at our show beforehand because Halloween were playing with Kiski on stage, and following that, Iron Maiden were going on. So you had Halloween and then Iron Maiden, and you just don't get to see a bill like that in Australia.
Nice.
Put it that way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it was so easy to actually be able to travel from where we were playing because we were playing in the tent, and I was able to walk and get close to the stage. Now I have played at Varken with Black Majesty before, and that is just not possible because they've got about 100 and something thousand where you cannot even walk, you cannot even move, and it's just not as comfortable. And I know. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to be invited to play Varken again, but it's just, I love Sweden Rock. That's my favorite. So would we love to play there? Absolutely. And we've been getting a bit of love from the Sweden Rock page, which is nice. So fingers crossed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I think we'd go down really well because they cover it, anything from melodic rock, hard rock, heavy metal, all the way through to thrash and death metal. So
yeah, something for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fantastic festival. It really opened my eyes when I was there, just how just how cool it was, and even just moving around the venue. I mean, I'm chatting with Snowy Shore, I'm chatting with Mickey D. You know what I mean? It's just a good vibe. And that's in the audience, not backstage. That's in the audience. And that's cool to me. So
yeah, definitely, most definitely.
Yeah. No, my brother Pete Maroney from Sweden, he actually got married at Sweden Rock.
Oh wow!
And he's a big, huge fan of Nikki Sixx, just like me. And he told me, he said, "Guess what? I had more people at my wedding than Nikki had."
That's bloody awesome. I love it. Very,
it
very
was
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wish you all the best of luck with the touring. I mean, I can't wait for you guys to make it over here to the US.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean,
Yeah, we again, I've played in the United States a couple of shows on different tours, and there's a lot of there's a lot of people, and we've made a lot of lifelong friends
Yeah.
in the United States. So we can't wait to get over to the States as well. And
See, we don't have any big festivals around here in Louisiana, but we have Jazz Fest. So here's my deal. I was gonna have you come over as Jerry and the Barrel, and then just burn the fucking place down.
That's hey, yeah. Well, particularly when they hear Danny sing and they see the visual as well. You know, the longest hair in rock and roll.
yeah.
But man, in all
I can
honesty,
relate.
yeah. Well, in all honesty, we want to play in the United States because even though the festivals may not be as big, but look, we're prepared to put in the hard work because, as I said, we've got people there on the inside who could help out and stuff. So I mean, I've played in Chicago a couple of times. There's a lot of people I think would really enjoy what we're doing. So it would be fantastic to play one of the prog powers or something like that as well. Having said that, but who knows?
Yeah, I was actually offered a couple of months back. I had a lady asking about doing a local stage worldwide festival. How fucking awesome would that be?
That'd be very, very cool. Absolutely.
That would be, but I think that's out of our reach right now.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah, but it would be a dream come true.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. I'd love to be able to, be a sponsor or a promoter for a festival under our own name. That would be awesome.
Because I mean, the amount of talent we have today on local stage worldwide, it is just blowing me away every day.
Yeah, and we get new people every day wanting to join, wanting us to promote them, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
it is. I totally get that because you guys, in many ways, become the record companies. I know that's full circle, but that's what's helping. So it's whether it be internet radio or podcasts, it's the new way of spreading the word. And YouTube's huge, on that as well. So getting back to what I was saying before, that gone are the days where you probably have your Headbangers Ball, but then again you've got YouTube where you can look up whatever, so that's there's pros and cons again.
Yeah, that's another idea we've been throwing back and forth to do something like Headbangers Ball, because that was very close to my heart, and do something with the videos with the local bands,
We every day we brainstorm, we try to find a way, a different avenue to promote you guys, and and we don't turn anybody down. We have every genre of music represented, and we push it. It doesn't matter who it is. We're not here to judge, we're here to promote, so it's
and the reason why so far we only do audio, you see for yourself.
We have a face for radio. That's it's
yeah, there's a yes and no on that one. I mean,
that's all right, we can take it, be honest.
No, not at all. No, I mean, there's been many VJs, DJs, doesn't matter. And I think that's one thing that has changed a little bit. I think a lot of people these days are more inclined to listen to songs from bands, and it doesn't always have to be about the look. And I'm sure that works, full circle as well. So for me, I remember listening to my favorite radio show for many, many years, and I had no idea how the person looked. Just I love the content, and that's what it should be about.
Well, we try to keep it real. We try to keep it, fun,
Yeah.
You know, we started, we go back and we listen to our first podcast that we did, and we tried to do the rehearsed and the written, you know, script and everything, and it's just not us. It wasn't us.
It's not
No.
natural, right? Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we decided, you know, throw
yeah.
caution to the wind and just, you know, let's just do it. Let's just.
Yeah. Well, man, I mean, this is the way, like, you know, I think that it works comfortably for many artists. You know, it's just like we're in a pub or, you know, having dinner or just sitting down and just chatting about music. So very, very casual. And I'm a big fan of stuff like that. And that's one thing about the band as well. We'll chat with anyone on stage, off stage. We're fans as well, and we want to promote, of course, but it's about you know, good music and just enjoying the good music and chatting about good music. Yeah.
And I think my idea of doing the interviews unscripted is more for giving the band more of a freedom to speak about what they want to speak about, you know, because there's not this question coming under your pillow that, oh my God, what the hell did he just say? You know, it's like, so it gives you as an artist a bigger choice to talk about what you want to talk about. You know,
100% agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't want you to tell us what we want. You know, we want you to tell us what everybody wants. You know, and it's just
absolutely,
and it just makes it a little more easy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so well, we we appreciate your time. We look forward to what you guys have coming out, and I can't wait. I blast your, you know, I got a shower list when I'm in a shower, and Wicked Smile is on the top, you know, and I blast that music, and, you know, my wife comes in and says, "You're all right in here?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just singing along, man." It's just
yeah. Well, man, look, I can relate into the sense that I do the same thing. I mean, whether I'm in the car, if I'm going for a walk and I'm listening on my headphones, it's about listening to my favorite songs as well. And whether I'm doing it from a point of view where I'm listening to a mix of a new song or something, or listening to one of my favorite new records, it's about just enjoying music. So no, look, guys, I appreciate the support that you've given Wicked Smile, and it's really awesome for us. We'd love to tell people that we've got our full-length album is coming out September, October. You will be able to buy it via our shop on Facebook or YouTube. There's links everywhere. Man, it's all good. Our main aim as well is that we'll probably be shipping from the United States, the United Kingdom. So we're going to have product in a lot of the different countries or continents as well. So there's not huge shipping costs or anything like that. That's one thing that we've learned, that we really want stuff to be, you know, in those countries or continents, and that way it'll arrive a lot quicker as well. So you won't be waiting months for, you know, product.
Yeah. See, this I'm glad you brought that up, because we interviewed J.R. Sleeves from Snakebite Whiskey not too long ago, and he was the same way. He said, we do what we do for the fans. They're the ones that's paying our way, you know, whether it's through merch or whatever. You making it convenient for the fans to you know, and that's great. That's what it's all about right there. Yeah.
It's just a lot easier, and it's and I think, like you mentioned, he'd be the same way, that it goes full circle. You know, people will embrace what you do, and they'll appreciate it, and they'll support you and continue to support you that way.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Good things happen to good people.
That's for sure.
Yeah. That's it. Cheers.
Well, we wish y'all the best, man, and we can't wait for the album to come out. And again, we appreciate your time. I know it's early over there, so you know, keep it up, man. Keep on rocking.
All good. Thanks,
And,
guys.
I got one other thing. Tell Cassidy she's next.
You got it.
All right, brother.
You got it.
Steve,
Cheers.
take care,
Bye.
buddy. Thank you.
Steve.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so we're back. What an awesome interview, huh? Well, we're going to continue the show here, and we're going to give you another live clip with Wicked Smile. Here they are again with Love Got a Hold on You. the show has almost come to an end, sadly, because I really enjoyed it and I hope you did as well. We're looking forward to do many more shows like this with the rest of the bands of Local Stage Worldwide. Always check us out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/localstageworldwide. You can also find us online at rockersunited.net. And of course on Facebook, where we got our own group. Just search up Local Stage Worldwide. Well, with those words, I'm let loose of the last song for this time. Here is Wicked Smile with Wait for the Night.